Yo, fam. Happy New Year. I was going to say Merry New Year, but Happy New Year, guys. It's 2023. If we all agree, 2022 was a year though. And we're here in 2023. Thank God. Just thank God. And cheers to bigger things, to greater things. I love you guys so much. I'm glad that we get to do this together. And thank you for always, always, always sticking with this channel. And if you're just stumbling on us, join. I promise you will love it here. Subscribe is free. And in fact, no, not any without further ado. With plenty ado. See, your Iwe just woke up, jumped up from the bed, drank water, took small yogurt, and I know that I tell myself that I like to just wake up. I might prepare something to come and say, then I wake up and this is how I'm feeling, and I want to talk about something else. So I just like to tell myself, you know what? We're going to take it as it comes. Every Wednesday, as we wake up, the thing that is heavy in our hearts, we carry it and talk. But I decided to just take it a bit further. Every time I'm looking for ways to just impress you people and show you people that I'm working and I love you, and I want to give you the best, okay? Because you're like in my heart. So you know what I did? As I was taking my yogurt this morning, I just decided to, you know what? Okay, I want to talk about this thing here. We all know what this thing is, yeah, but I went the extra mile. I check the dictionary meaning of our topic and try to just guys, I read about this and I made like a short note. See, I'm taking you guys seriously, and as we go, I would always make it better. Growth excites me. Growth is something that I look forward to. So yes, as we continue on this journey, y'all will be seeing how we'll just be adding things small that will just be pushing us to our personal be permanent site. Can I get an amen, guys? Amen. So yes, now without the further ado, let's start. So today, I want to talk about ghosting. We all know, I think we are all familiar with this idea of ghosting. We all know, at least, even if you don't know like the dictionary meaning, like verbatim, word for word, at least we all are familiar with the idea of ghosting. But because we finna do things right this year, I'm going to erase it out. So yeah, ghosting. I didn't even say, according to Google, this is a practice of ending a personal relationship with someone by suddenly and without explanation withdrawing from all communication, guys. Like you just cut all communication channels and forms, like you just end it. That's ghosting, you understand? Basically just disappear. And I went further because you see, this ghosting thing is very confusing, and it affects people in terrible ways, and we would all agree that it is not a grown-up thing to do. Like, it's not a grown-up thing to do. You don't wake up in the morning and want to come and mess somebody up. But at the same time, you and I, at some point in our life, we have done this thing either knowingly or unknowingly, and I think most times we are so focused on, I don't know what to call this thing, the is it a crime now, like, or an act? We are so focused on it, so much so that we fail to understand, like, try to just like come from the other side, especially if it is something that's at some point in everyone's life they might have been guilty of. So I went further, and I knew that there had to be stages to this thing. So there are types of ghosting, okay? So we have the ruthless ghosters. This one, once they just have it in their mind that is that the vibe is not right, or there's just something off. Once they just have it in their mind, they sit down with themselves and have that conversation, and the thing just does thing, they have gone. That one is with the speed of light, like switch has turned off, no explanation, nothing. You will not even see these people to even maybe be hating on or be getting angry on. Somebody told me yesterday that I have an American accent, so I'm pulling out all my arrow and rolling my tongue. So anyway, guys, so these people, you will not even see them to either hate on them or anything. They are gone, poof, into thin air. Then number two, you have the lurker, that those people that lurk. Those people, what do they call them? Monitoring spirits kind of attitude. Imagine if somebody that have monitoring spirit characteristics now decides to ghost you. So you can have an idea of how this is going to go. Like they will just be, they will go, but they will still be following you up once, keeping tabs with the doings in your life, with the going on in your life. They'll not be looking at you. All that one is because they don't want to totally burn access to you. They want to be able to wiggle their way into your life again when they are ready, or when they feel like they want some attention or validation or whatever it is that they need. So they don't want to completely block all that channel, because they believe that you might come in handy, you might be useful, and those are those people. Then you see the slow burn people. This is the third and the final type on this my comprehensive short note. You see the slow burn people, guys. Y'all know at some point, either you've experienced it or you've heard it happen to somebody around you or something. These people are the worst. They are the worst. You know how you just be. It's small. At the beginning, it's all like love. This person's the highlight of your life. Either it's a friendship or it's an intimate relationship, and y'all are just happy. You are just, talking every time, trying to see every time. If it is something virtual, you all just look for times to just put up your camera and call you guys. And the next thing, it starts reducing. Next thing, the conversations become short. Next thing, they know how to just measure this thing. They know how to just be just like a tap, they just know how to, first the thing is rushing, then the thing starts to just drizzle, then the thing starts to drop, it just keeps coming down, and you're noticing this thing. But the way that the thing they carry reduce is in such a way where we say, at first you think, maybe am I overthinking or am I overreacting or something, because the thing will be trying to confuse you into thinking that, okay, maybe now you just they do the most, but actually you are not moving mad. You know what you are saying. It's just that those people, they are, and guys, slow burners, worst on the list. Those people, they will cripple you if they have their way. If you don't have a strong grip over yourself, and if you're not somebody that is on a constant self journey, they are going to cripple you and pieces you and use their time and run over you when they're done, and have you questioning yourself for a very long time. You have to watch out for this. Now, having established that, I spoke about, we focus on these things, and I mean, not to excuse bad behavior here, okay, but I think there is something considered as healthy ghosting. That is why we are talking about today's topic. I think there's something considered as healthy ghosting, and I think at some point in your life, while we all agree that ghosting is a witchcraft thing to do, like bad magic thing to do, sometimes it's necessary, like you have to do it in a situation where a relationship can be very abusive, in a situation where that trying to initiate a conversation, trying to initiate those healthy, or trying to just at least let you know what is happening, that the outcome is going to be detrimental to you in such a way that it can scar you. Then it is very, very necessary that you try to detach from such relationships as quietly or as, smoothly as you can. And those kinds are acceptable. And another thing, now coming to the other part, I realized that as I get older, as I continue to just like you experience life and you have perspectives and all that, I realized that for somebody like me, I'm a very expressive person. I will tell you where it's pinching me. I will tell you where, especially if I love you and I care about you, I will tell you where it's pinching me. But I realize that as I get older, I find that I don't like to just they talk too much again. I don't know how to explain. I'm like, I don't wanna be, you know, talking too much like that again because you as you get more, I think maybe as I come into myself more and I rely on my intuition and my instincts, I just know when you just remove yourself quietly from situations, and that is ghosting in a way. You understand? That is ghosting in a way because if we're going to stick to this definition of ghosting and everything that surrounds it, intricacies, and if we're all going to be adults and do the right things, we should communicate at all times, right? But I feel like on your growth journey in life, there's a certain point you get to that you just quietly remove yourself from situations for different personal reasons that might make sense to you. And you just realize that, and I think it's in the knowing. And for people like me that fall into the category of always wanting to like do the right thing, let it be fair, is it okay, and all that, you might just feel like but in your heart and your body and your mind, it's not ready to have a conversation and it's not ready to have a talk, and that is okay because you already know, you are intuitive enough to know that it's not worth it. And these things, I will have you know, doesn't just come out of thin air. Sometimes it comes out of either managing a situation, like you manage a situation. This is a situation that you know that you're not really comfortable in, and you manage it. Sometimes you talk about it, sometimes you give hints and all that. I will have you know that it doesn't come out of thin air. And also there are the types that come out of thin air, especially in the journey of growth. Maybe you just meet somebody, you have a chat with somebody, you feel some type of way, and you just pull back. And most times it is those you just, and you see that, and it's also healthy because you see that it just because it's not even supposed to be in your life in the first place, so it just easily just goes, and that's okay. But I feel for us to like still be fair, because sometimes in the process of growing and knowing exactly what you need and what you don't need, sometimes we might also be blindsided. We might not be totally correct in our intuition. Maybe we might get something wrong. But I feel like maybe this is where I think there's a way to balance it out. That's the whole idea of today's channel, our today's meeting, our first meeting of the year. So I feel like there's a way to balance it out. I know I always say that I don't advise people, and I know nobody will tell you what to do, but I like to share, and I'm sharing with you what I think. So why you find yourself in this situation where you have to just pull back quietly because you there's no need for drama. You don't need drama. It's not that deep. We meet people, we move on from people, and life goes on. It's not that deep. And trust me, you don't even need explanation from every Robinson, every Tom, Dick, and Harry that leaves you or gets out of your life. You don't need it. Most times clamoring for explanation sometimes is giving these people opportunity to lie to you. Maybe I will come here another time and just talk about my ideas on closure. Closure is one other thing that is something similar to this ghosting thing. You don't need it sometimes you just have to move on. Sometimes you just give these people time to package themselves and wrap themselves in a very fine wrapper to come and tell you something and leave you very confused because you will not close. You will be wondering. Gulliver's Travel, the one that I be wondering in confusion. So for this ghosting thing, I think when you do that, if if you find yourself in this position where you have gotten to the point in your life, a certain range in your life where you know you have to just quietly pull out of people's lives, if they notice it and they come to you, I think this is where we have to like balance it out and change, be open for conversations, you know. I think, yeah, if the person is intuitive or perceptive enough to notice that you have pulled away from their life, and they come to you and they say to you, oh, this is what I've noticed, that is what I've noticed, what have I done? Please talk to them, please tell them. You know, I know that there are still some situations when people know what they are doing, okay? People know what they are doing, but here's a time when you are going to use your discretion. You know, not be everything that somebody is going to tell you to don't give you the tips, then you apply it, and you know. So there are some that you know that, okay, this person knows what they did. So you don't grace them and you don't validate them with an answer. That one is maybe a situation whereby you are put and standing to make a choice between yourself and the other person. And guess what? You have to choose yourself every time. But if they come to you and they say, I noticed this, I noticed that, and especially if they come genuine, in a genuine manner, not somebody coming with some audacity that you don't know where they borrowed from where. But if they come to you and they're willing to speak to you and they really want to know, sometimes not even to rekindle what was lost, sometimes just to just have an understanding, to be able to move on, maybe to also aid them in their personal growth. If it's somebody that's interested in, and they meet you, please speak to them, please just tell them. And you know, I think that is also a way to change the narrative and just see how we can even find like an almost equilibrium point. Because as much as ghosting is very bad, I feel like it is necessary. You get to a point in life and it is necessary, you have to apply it. And even if you don't think so, I mean, we are all guilty of it, whether we've done it knowingly. It's not really easy. It's not easy. Sometimes sometimes if you did not even notice that anything was wrong with this person, sometimes it's just not really easy to keep up with everybody in your life. And you might just be moving on with your life. It's just that you're so busy, you're consuming what you have going on at the moment, and you haven't really spoken to this person. And sometimes, especially our social media friends or our secondary school friends have moved to different cities, and this person just keeps remembering you guys as speaking, and you know, and the person is thinking, oh, this person has ghosted me. Meanwhile, in your heart, if the person comes to mind, that's my friend. But you should try. Don't be forgetting people for so long. Balance is key. You all should look for a way to balance all these things out. Don't just if you understand sign language. And on that note, I'm going to leave you here. You know, and always, you know how we do it on this channel, be kind. I'm doing this video in the morning wherever I meet you. I just want to I like the vibe already of the morning. It's chill, it's calm, and I started it on a good note, and I'm going to roll into my day nicely. And I want to wish you a good day. And don't forget to be kind. Anything you do, sprinkle it with kindness. Until I come your way next week, I love you. Take care. Bye. And yes, what are you going to eat? Try to incorporate beans in your meal, either baked beans or beans and plantain, beans and yam, beans and vegetables, beans and stew, beans and rice. Beans is my favorite food in the whole world. Try to incorporate that in your meal.